and enjoy yourself tonight. All right, one more time for the cast of SouthPaw, everybody. Give it up for them. You guys, like 50 said, you're going to enjoy this movie. I got a chance to watch it last night, thoroughly enjoyed myself. So without further ado, we present to you SouthPaw.
So last night, I had the pleasure of watching SouthPaw, the movie that's coming out July 26th. They had an advanced screening out here in LA, probably in conjunction with the ESPYs, since everyone's out here for the ESPYs, all the media and stuff, so they wanted all of us out there to watch it. It's a good movie, but let me start. It was pretty alarming because Jake Gyllenhaal, who's the lead actor, who's the lead boxer, he's 43-0, and he can't read. And I was thinking to myself, 50 Cent and Mayweather were really good friends, and he always calls him champ. And in the movie, again, he's 43-0, can't read, and 50 Cent always calls him champ. He rarely calls him by his name. And I thought that was pretty ironic that the lead in his movie, in a boxing movie, had similar characteristics as Floyd Mayweather. And when he goes to win the fight, he goes into the Floyd Mayweather defense, a shoulder roll, and because he didn't have any defense prior on his comeback trail, he ended up having defense, and it's a shoulder roll defense. But I found that pretty compelling that 50 Cent would be so blatant and borderline disrespectful. When you watch it at the beginning of the movie, you'll completely understand what I'm talking about, and you'll absolutely see the similarities. And it's gonna, all the boxing fans are gonna be like, wow, either you're gonna cheer because you hate Floyd, or you're gonna sit back and be like, huh, that's borderline disrespectful. So, but on the lines of the movie is a extremely intense movie, especially in the beginning. Um, Without giving away too much, Jake Gyllenhaal wins his 43rd bout at the beginning of the fight, but he has terrible defense, and he's an older fighter, so he takes a lot of punishment. However, he still wins, and he had a rough background. And what was fascinating about his character is I thought it was a combination of 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather together. When you watch the movie, you're gonna see all this. Like, his toughness is is 50 Cent, but his actual attributes are his physical attributes, and like his backstory is more of a Floyd Mayweather backstory. No father in and out of jail, went to a group home, which was Floyd Mayweather's grandmother's house, and so on and so forth. So you're gonna get off on that. But getting back to the movie, pretty gripping movie. It's just hard to recreate boxing movies because there's so much hand-to-hand combat, and it looks blatantly fake. But what they did was they had a lot of great camera angles that led you to believe that they were really getting a hit. So it doesn't sell too great, but it actually sells. And but it's not a typical boxing movie, not a guy flick. It's more of a dating flick because in the story you're gonna fall in love with Jake Gyllenhaal's daughter, and your girlfriend will probably cry at some point in the film. I won't give it away, but it was a good film. I thought Jake Gyllenhaal did uh, uh, just above average acting job. But I do respect the fact that he took the role serious, because when in the film, when you see him take his shirt off and stuff like that, you're going to realize that he actually exceptionally worked out for this role. And I thought that was phenomenal on his part. And the daughter kind of steals the show, because you want what's best for the little girl, no matter what happens in the movie. She steals the show. She has two or three scenes that's gonna actually just grip you. And the beginning of the film is gonna have you compelled to want more, but in the middle of the film it kind of runs dry. It's more of a storyline, not a lot of testosterone thrown across the stage. They're building the story with Jake Gyllenhaal and his daughter, and because he retired after his 43rd fight, and they're building up the story to get him back in the ring for his big fight. and so they convinced him to get back in the ring, and it worked out well. But the middle of it was kind of a little bit too long, but the storylines are actually good. Um, on the scale of 1 to 5, I would give this movie a 3. Um, just because I wanted a condensed, intense storyline, because at the beginning, the first 10 minutes of the film is exceptionally intense. It's going to grip you. And then it kind of goes into too much dialogue, I thought. And sadly and true, I thought 50 Cent acting job was below average. Uh, you know, he did nothing special on scene on the screen, but he produced it and he came up with the idea, which is it's a phenomenal idea. I thought he should have used more real boxing parts. You know, they did use Jim Lampley, Roy Jones, and everyone else, but I thought just actual boxing parts. You know, Victor Ortiz is in it, but just a little bit more. And I thought maybe if they had a boxer who was an actor besides Jake Gyllenhaal, I think it would have did a much better would have been a much better movie, because the intricacies of boxing. Jake Gyllenhaal was a little bit too stiff, and you're going to see that in the ring all over. You know, like, this guy is way too stiff to be an actual boxer, but he looked the part at least. And so overall, it was a solid movie. I don't want to give away too much because it's 2 weeks out, and if I ruin the movie, you guys are going to be disappointed. But I would suggest that you take your girlfriend, take your wife, or girlfriends, take your boyfriend, take your husband. It's a couples movie because they built the storyline up to it. And is it worth $13 per person? Possibly. If you have nothing else to do, but boxing purists are going to go watch it. But if you're a fan of tough, dark storylines, then this will be the movie for you. But if you want like a complete movie where the intensity matches the dialogue and the dialogue matches the writing, and you're big on cinematography, you may be slightly disappointed. But overall, it's out of a 5. I give it a 3, going towards a 4, not going towards a 2. So you'll enjoy it, and let me know what you guys think after you guys see the movie, and hopefully this review gives you some insight. But lastly, I just found it very compelling that Jake Gyllenhaal couldn't read and he was 43-0, because rumor has it that Floyd Mayweather can't read and he's undefeated. And he had a rough background. You know, his dad was in jail. Jake Gyllenhaal had a bad background, was in and out of group homes, you know, and was a hell of a fighter. But overall, 3 out of 5. And go see it if you like boxing. If you don't like boxing, you probably can pass on it and watch another film. But it's a decent movie. And that's my review. And I'm out. Again, Barbershop Conversations. Feel free to subscribe, tell a friend, and I appreciate all the support thus far. And again, SouthPaw comes out July 26th. So go check it out. And lastly, Jake Gyllenhaal is right-handed, but SouthPaw is going to come to play in the end of the film. You guys will get all the foreshadowing and stuff. The foreshadowing in this film is not hard to figure out. So you guys will figure that out, because I know you guys seen the poster of SouthPaw and he's right-handed, he's orthodox, and you're like, what is this about? But it'll all make sense in the film, and you'll appreciate what they attempted to do. Maybe they had the wrong cast to follow through on it from top to bottom, but like 50 Cent probably could have been played by Idris Elba. I think Idris Elba would have been much better than 50 Cent actually playing the part, you know. Just little intricacies that 50 Cent didn't have that could have carried his character over well. You know, and Jake Gyllenhaal probably could have been played by, oh man, I can't think of anyone off the top of my head, but he just wasn't athletic enough. You know, he was just so stiff in the ring, and I was disappointed in that. But Jake Gyllenhaal's daughter was well casted. Jake Gyllenhaal's wife was well casted. But Jake Gyllenhaal and 50 Cent, I don't think those were the right roles. I think maybe they could have gotten someone else to play those 2 roles. I think Idris Elba would have been great in 50 Cent's role. And I'll have to think about who would have been in Jake Gyllenhaal's role. But it's a 3 out of 5 movie. Go see it. Go check it. If you love boxing, you'll appreciate what they attempted to do. Just above average film. And Barbershop Conversations. I'm out. Thanks, guys.